For my lesson, I have decided to focus on addition and subtraction. So students will learn to add and subtract using word problems that involve money. There's going to be a scenario that incorporates addition and subtraction. So it will be most likely a grocery store or a toy store scenario, where students will be introduced to the characters and they're going to be introduced to the problem and find a way to solve it. Um, they're going to most likely solve the problem by identifying the keywords that we will be discussing prior to starting the actual word problem. So keywords such as sum, total, less, takeaway, those will help in identifying whether it's an addition or subtraction problem. So the lesson will focus on students learning to identify the value of money by using a word problem and deciding whether they need to add or subtract. So this is, like I said, most likely going to be at a store. So it can be something such as the little girl has $10, the cupcakes are $5. How much does she have left over? Word problems like that, where students need to know the keywords. So by the end of the lesson, the goal is for students to understand adding and subtracting using word problems. They should be able to read a word problem and identify whether they need to add or subtract to solve it. So reinforcing the several meanings for addition and subtraction is super important in helping them develop their understanding of solving word problems. So something that I find that students can use before we start the actual lesson is ABCya, and it's break the bank sorting. So for this, it is a game where students get to choose whether they're using coins, and dollars. So for this case, I would have students just do dollars because there will be no coins involved in the word problems. So they do dollars. And it actually, but because I muted it, it does give a description to the students. So there is a $1 bill. George Washington is the featured president. So this way, students are identifying who's on the bill, the value of the bill, which is really important, especially when they're going to be using play money themselves for the word problem. So the other one is, this is a $5 bill. Abraham Lincoln is the featured president. This is a $10 bill. Alexander Hamilton, one of America's founding fathers, is the featured person. So this is extremely important. So it just keeps going and students would press play. So once you start playing, it gives you a piggy bank. You click on the piggy bank until it breaks, and then it gives you a whole lot of money. So students will be able to identify, hopefully, the value of the money, and they're going to be able to know which bill goes into what sign. So 100, obviously $100 bill. It's a lot easier, you would think, because it does have the numbers on the top of the bill, and then it also has the numbers on the bottom where you would sort it. But it is an important tool to use so that students do have that background knowledge on the bills themselves. And also, it is a way to help them remember the values of the bills. So this is something we would do before the lesson. And after the lesson, we would continue to use ABCya, but we would do Molly adds and subtracts from 20. So for this game, students will be playing this. So it says Molly is having a party. Help her find flowers to decorate. So there's two bags. There's pink and there's white. And it's basically smaller word problems. So plant 8 pink flowers. So you would plant all 8, then plant 10 white flowers. Plant all 10. And then it says pick 2 pink flowers. So you would put 2 in there, pick 2 white flowers. So this is where students will obviously have to count and add. So this is important because, like I said, they're going to be using keywords themselves. So how many flowers are left in the field? And students are going to be able to count this. And for say, let's pick the wrong one. 11. Okay, try again. It does give them, let's pick the wrong one again. 15. It continues to give them the opportunity to try. So it doesn't just give them the answer and they have to move forward. No, students actually do have to count. So it is 14. And then the unicorn comes and it gives you another word problem. So this is really helpful in order for students to see different word problems. And although it does not have anything to do with money, it is still obviously including numbers. And it is just about being able to add and subtract and knowing the keywords, because this game does have those keywords that are going to help them during the lesson.